And now, America's most exciting radio talk show, The Savage Nation. And here he is, Michael Savage.
It is The Savage Nation. And if you think it's a throwaway Friday, you are mistaken. There is major news that the media is burying, talking about trivia, while the world is on fire. How do you feel about Obama and Leon Panetta evading responsibility for the deaths in Libya? Do you feel Panetta should be forced to step down? This just came out. Obama was thrown under the bus by his CIA director, General Petraeus, who just moments ago, Petraeus said nobody in the CIA said stand down. Nobody denied the CIA team permission to rescue Libya, ambassador says Petraeus from his side. So that means somebody did it inside the Defense Department or inside the White House itself. So who do you think did it? Who inside the White House caused this murder? Now you say, well, it isn't murder, it's just war, and in war people die. Well, we were told it was the video. We knew that was a lie from Susan Rice in the White House. Now it gets even worse. I want you to listen to what went on. We are talking about the fact that somebody in the Obama administration denied the CIA team permission to rescue the Libya ambassador and save the other CIA operatives, the SEALs especially. In fact, the CIA team just a mile away from the U.S. consulate in Benghazi as it was burning was twice told to stand down rather than go to the aid of Ambassador Chris Stevens and his team on the night of September 11th. The father of one of the murdered men, the SEAL himself, Charlie Woods, father of Tyrone Woods, said that whoever made that decision and the people who are lying about it are murderers. This is a murder. Your administration is complicit in murder. Now, I want to tell you how personal this is for many Americans in this country today. I was at the mall today, many hours ago, loading a bicycle into a van. I took a bike ride. My producer came and picked up the bike, blah, blah, blah. And I was agitated over this. And I was saying, I believe that the military should be called on the carpet. I think Obama should be called on the carpet. So a woman came up to us. I don't know where she was from, middle-aged, of Middle Eastern descent. And with a smile, she said, what is it that the president did? She asked. I didn't know whether she was friend or foe. She didn't know who I was. I said, the president permitted the embassy to burn and permitted the Libyan ambassador to die. He refused to send in the military. She said, that's not right. She said, we need the U.S. military here, not in Libya. She said, we need the U.S. military on the streets of America to arrest men like you who are criticizing the president. I swear to you, I'm not making this up. So I said, why don't you go back to the country you came from? She said, if Romney wins, she said, both welfare and Social Security are going to be cut, as she scurried away. And I said to myself, that's the essence of the election in a nutshell. The Democrats have flooded our nation with welfare leeches who would be dependent upon them and vote them in over and over and over again. They don't care about national security. They don't care about national sovereignty. They don't care about America's identity. They care only about the welfare, the food stamps, the Social Security that they are leeching off the system. And so, as I say to you, these things are very, very important to you, but you don't even understand this. So I'm going to ask you again, and you can call this show from anywhere in America by dialing 1-855-400-7282. That's 1-855-400-SAVAGE. You're listening to the Friday edition of The Savage Nation. This is the biggest story of the election. It doesn't matter that the vermin in the media are burying it and talking about every subject under the sun, from mozzarella cheese to baseball bats. The fact of the matter is, this is a big scandal. Libyagate is the biggest scandal of the Obama administration. Gigantic. What are we talking about? Do you have any idea? Well, let's go to Jennifer Rubin of Fox News, who broke this story in clip one.
Sources who were on the ground in Benghazi during the attack tell that, in fact, there were 3 separate requests to aid not only the attack that was occurring at the consulate and to try and help with that attack, but also requests for outside help, outside military to help once there were gunfires and firefights at the CIA annex. Those requests, we're told, came from higher headquarters. They were told to stand down.
So who did it? The general in charge of the CIA, General Petraeus, not too long ago, denied that he and the CIA told the men to stand down. That means it happened in either Leon Panetta's office or in Obama's White House. Somebody did this. Somebody did this, and what we're talking about is murder here. I want you to listen to Charlie Woods, father of Tyrone Woods, a former Navy SEAL who was executed in Benghazi, as he talks about his son's death. He starts by saying, well, Dino, play clips 9 and 11 back to back. 9 to 11, please.
This is not about politics. This is about, if it were about politics, it would dishonor my son's death. This has to do with honor, integrity, and justice. To me, I'm an attorney. This may not meet the legal test of murder, but to me, that is not only cowardice, but those people who made the decision and who knew about the decision and lied about it are murderers of my son. That's a very strong statement for me to make, but for their benefit, they need to clear their conscience, they need to stand up, and they need to change the direction of their lives.
He said the people who made this decision and the people who lied about it are murderers. You know, in the American courts, there is people go on trial for being accessory to murder. So now we have top officials in the Obama administration who are accessories to murder, and they're covering this up. Yesterday on the Savage Nation, I played the shocking soundbite. I hope we still have it. I don't know if we do, of Hillary Clinton laughing about it, which we're going to play for you again in a moment. This is Hillary over and over again laughing about murder. She laughed about the murder of Gaddafi when she said, we came, we saw, he died. Now listen to this wonderful human being, Imelda Marcos Clinton, in clip 6.
The Independent Accountability Review Board is already hard at work, looking at everything, not cherry picking, one story here, one document there, but looking at everything, which I highly recommend as the appropriate approach to something as complex as an attack like this.
Something as complex as an attack like this. No mention of the deaths. An urgent request from CIA personnel to be allowed to go to the aid of the U.S. consulate in Libya during the September 11th terrorist attack was denied by Obama officials, despite the fact that the team, which included at least one Navy SEAL, was only a mile away. The officials twice told CIA officers to stand down rather than help the Americans when shots were heard in Benghazi. Are you listening to this? Ambassador Stevens and 3 other Americans died in the attack. When Woods and others heard the shots fired about 9:40 p.m., they notified their supervisors at the annex and requested permission to head to the consulate to help. But the supervisors told them to stop, stand down. Woods and at least 2 others ignored the orders, overrode their orders, and did the right thing and moved towards the consulate to save the ambassador, which unfortunately at that point was too late because the embassy was already engulfed in flames. Shots were exchanged. The rescue team from the CIA annex evacuated those who remained at the consulate, and the rest is history. They could not find the ambassador. They returned to the CIA annex at about midnight. What happened then? Again, the CIA team on the ground called for military support and help because shots were being fired while they were in the annex. Again, somebody in the White House or in the Defense Department denied the request. This is a gigantic story. It gets even worse. We're going to tell you more about the fact that the security officer had a laser on the target that was firing at them and repeatedly requested backup from a Spectre gunship. The gunship was overhead. It is commonly used by U.S. Special Ops forces to support Special Ops teams on the ground. But some punk, academic, coward in the administration told him not to fire from the gunship. Again, you have academic lunatics ruining the nation from the ground up, from America to Benghazi. It gets worse. And I'm going to ask you again, why is America so stupid that they don't care about a thing like this? How do you feel about Obama and Panetta evading and ducking responsibility? Do you feel Panetta should be forced to step down? Since Petraeus just said this night that nobody in his division of this, in his CIA, was responsible for saying stand down, he has just basically thrown the Obama administration under the bus. So who did it? Was it Panetta or was it Obama? Was it somebody in Obama's White House? Was it Susan Rice again?